Welcome to the Tokyo Disney Vacation Package vlog. This is day 2. This is our DisneySea day. If you haven't been following along, day 1 was Disneyland and now day 2 is DisneySea. We have all of the same benefits we had on the first day. So basically unlimited passes to skip the lines, unlimited free popcorn, and unlimited free drinks. We booked our package as a 2-day package. Packages are only available as 2 or 3 days, and there are different ones. We booked one of the unlimited attractions and more. This is why we get all the, passes to skip the line and all that extra benefit. We stayed at Hotel MiraCosta last night as part of our package, and we had an amazing view last night of Believe Sea of Dreams. And of course, I stayed up really late watching everyone leave the park, all the security go through the park. It was really an experience. Then the barges came out and started testing on the water. And my last photo is time-stamped 11:46, I think. And of course, my first photo of the morning is like 3:30. So I got up around 3 a.m. basically again. Not much sleep when you go to Tokyo. So I think I have the photos up here with the timestamps. I think it was like 3:32 or something like that. And as I mentioned, it starts getting light very early. It was really foggy this morning, though. You could see the fog all around Mount Prometheus. I have a really hard time getting any sleep at Tokyo Disney. I have jet lag, and I'm just really excited to be there, and there's so much to do. I barely sleep. So I went to sleep about 11:46 and then I got up at 3:30 in the morning. And I have a full day ahead of me, so prepare yourselves. I booked my breakfast reservation at 6:40 a.m. at the Bella Vista Lounge. When you book a Tokyo Disney vacation package, you can make restaurant reservations that does cover the cost of the meal. And one of our reservations today is the Bella Vista Lounge for breakfast. We also booked the Fantasy Springs restaurant at the hotel for dinner. We did not do any meals at Disneyland. That just keeps the price down. But we did want to have the 2 meals, the breakfast at Bella Vista Lounge, because we really wanted the view of the park during breakfast. And then we booked the Fantasy Springs restaurant because it's delicious. If you do make reservations with the vacation package, your cost of your meal is covered. It is factored into the price of the package. So just know that if you book those meals, you're going to just go in, eat, and you're going to give them your slip and you're going to be on your way. You don't have to pay. The only thing not covered is alcohol. So if you get alcohol, you do have to pay for that, but everything else is covered. I made this reservation at 6:40 because I wanted to get my food, eat, and be able to get back to the hotel room to watch the park open. I wanted to see the people running into the park for the day. It's such a unique view from our hotel room here at MiraCosta. And I go to the parks all the time. I rope drop all the time. This is one chance that I have to watch it from a different angle in the hotel room. So my plan was breakfast at 6:40 and then go watch the park opening. And we got to breakfast on time because I'm up early. And we had a great seat. I think the earlier your reservation, the more likely you are to get a table by the window. It was perfect. We had the perfect view of Mount Prometheus. And because it was early, the park wasn't open yet. So we got to just see empty park, a couple cast members walking through, waving, just very peaceful. It was a nice way to enjoy breakfast. And the food was really good too. I love the Mickey chiffon cake with ricotta cream, basically little cakes. They also had things like scrambled eggs and bacon and sausage. And I have a full tour of the buffet here on the channel. So if you want to see everything, you can check that video out. But I do highly recommend it. The view, though, is fantastic. That's really the reason to go. After we had breakfast, though, we decided to head upstairs and wait for the park to open. And I really was not prepared for what I was going to see. I really just expected to see people running in and running towards Fantasy Springs, but I was stunned when the characters showed up. And the characters showed up before the guests even showed up. We saw Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, Chip and Dale, Shelly May, and Gelatoni. I was shocked when I saw Gelatoni. I actually wanted to jump out the window. I love him. And it was amazing because the characters were kind of just running around by themselves for a few minutes. They were waving at the windows and interacting with hotel guests that were standing in the windows. The park wasn't open, so it was just a once in a lifetime shot for me to see all the characters lined up and waving and so energetic and enthusiastic and ready for the day. And the guests, you can tell when the guests are coming because they start getting really excited and they're waving, and then there were the guests, and it was great to watch. People were running up to the characters. Some people were heading towards Fantasy Springs, but it was just great. And it was almost like watching like an ant farm. Just when you're so high up, everybody looks so tiny and they're just all moving in different directions, and there's certain groups and clusters of people around the characters, and a large crowd going to Fantasy Springs. I appreciate certain things like this. I've been to the parks a lot in the last year. I've been to the parks a lot in general, but in the last year we've taken 4 trips, and I feel like I can go to the park and do happy entry anytime, but having this view was crazy and I loved it. But then I realized all of the people were all in the park now, and I needed to go get in the park, which is fine. MiraCosta has its own entrance to the park, but that entrance does not open until an hour after the park opens. The park opens at 9 a.m., so the hotel guest entrance does not open till 10 a.m. If you're doing happy entry, there is a separate queue for hotel guests to use happy entry at the main entrance, so that everyone will have to go through the main entrance first thing in the morning. Because it was only a little bit after 9, we could not use the hotel guest entrance yet, so we had to go out to the main entrance, and it was pretty busy. We got through the line pretty quickly. I picked the wrong line, as I always do. It was a little slow. I was watching other people that had gotten in line near me that were much further closer to the front, but that's just me. Once we got inside the park, we had the unlimited passes for rides. I'll be making a separate video all about vacation packages, but just so you know, the unlimited package that we have is for all of the rides at DisneySea except for the ones at Fantasy Springs. You do get 3 passes that you can book the 3 rides in Fantasy Springs. So you can book Frozen, Peter Pan, and Rapunzel with a single time pass with your package. All of the other rides, though, are unlimited. So we have passes to ride the Fantasy Springs rides later in the day. And I also booked them around when I booked my Fantasy Springs restaurant reservation. That way I would be in the area. So this morning we did not check out from MiraCosta. Checkout is at noon, but I wanted to enjoy the park a little bit and then go back upstairs and see the view again before we left. So we decided to head into the park and just kind of stick to the front of the park a little bit and just make our way around the loop. We started off at Toy Story Mania. This is a very, very popular ride. The wait times can be really long. It's the same as Toy Story in the US. So I usually skip it, but because we had the unlimited rides package, we decided to ride it first. As soon as we got in the park, I checked the app to see if any of the capsule toy machines needed a pass. The machine inside the Tower of Terror gift shop needed a pass. So I got a pass for like 10 something. And after we rode Toy Story, we made our way over to Tower of Terror. That ride is right next to Toy Story. I love this ride, and usually I just buy a pass to skip the line because my mom doesn't ride. But this is the first time that since we had the package, we could both walk through the queue, and she finally got to see the pre-show. I've shown her videos of the pre-show, But now that she didn't need a pass, like we didn't have to pay for single passes, she could go through the queue with me. So it was really cool. She got to see the queue, and then she got to bail right afterwards, and I rode. I I love this version. It's a lot more tame than the one in the US, and the one in Paris. It's the mildest version of Tower of Terror that you will find, but I really love the theme. I think it's a better theme than the other versions. I checked the Tower of Terror gift shop, and there was a long line for the capsule toy machine, and I had a standby pass. You need a standby pass to get in the line, but it was the same bags they had at Disneyland that I didn't want. Those must be a new item if both machines with those bags had standby passes required. Luckily, there is a machine over in Mermaid Lagoon, and that one did not need a pass, so I was going to stop there later. So I didn't want anything in Tower of Terror, so we left there, and then we decided we would make our way over to see Journey to the Center of the Earth. We can skip the line for that. It's a great ride. So we walked up there, we rode that really quickly. And when we got off, I decided I needed my favorite item in that park. I think it's my favorite snack in the park, the demi glazed churro. It's like a mashed potato stick, but it's got this demi glaze in the center. It's like a savory churro, and it's so good. I have to have this every time. So I got one of those, and then we were needing to head back to MiraCosta to check out. So we started walking the rest of the way towards the front of the park. This has been kind of a loop around DisneySea. If you're not familiar with the park, it's huge, but we kind of made like a small circle. So now we're heading back towards MiraCosta. And of course, we have the unlimited drinks, and we've been slacking today. So we stopped into Zambini Brothers, and I got a specialty drink. I wasn't that crazy about it, but it was good. It's a pineapple and coconut flavor. It was good. It's just not my favorite thing, but I was thirsty. So we got our drinks. Then we made our way back to MiraCosta. And of course, I stayed in the park, and I sent my mom upstairs, and she filmed this clip of Where's Waldo of me in the park. So there's me dancing around in DisneySea, because why not? So thank you, Mom, for filming that. And then afterwards, I made my way upstairs. We looked out the window. We cried because we didn't want to leave. And then we set up our luggage transfer to our next hotel, which is the Ambassador Hotel. We're staying in a Stitch room. So we set up our luggage transfer to the Ambassador Hotel. We threw our keys in the box, and then we went back into the park. And this time we could use the entrance inside the park in and out because it's open now. So we headed back into the park. Then we decided to go on Saurin. It's basically the same ride as the other parks, but the theme is totally different. I really like that. And at the end, you're soaring over Tokyo and DisneySea, and the fireworks do the Mickey shape behind Mount Prometheus. It's a little different at the end, but I will mention, where's Paris? Am I the only one thinking that? It seems like Paris is totally missing from the Tokyo version, and maybe it just looks too similar to the tower in Tokyo in the video. I don't know, but Paris is missing. I'm not sure why. Mystery. We decided to take the scenic route and just make the far walk through DisneySea. And on the way, I stopped and got a Mickey-shaped churro. This always has a long line, so if there's no line, I'm going to get it. So if you have the vacation package, you do have the option of choosing unlimited popcorn, unlimited churros, or unlimited like cold treats. And we chose popcorn, but I think churros would have been a close second for me. But I got my Mickey shaped churro, and then we walked over to Aquatopia, which I found out now does not have a priority pass. So I thought we were going to be able to just ride it with our vacation package. And when we got over there, I found out it's not included. So we skipped Aquatopia. It's one of my favorite rides. It's really, really unique. And in the summer, they do a get soaked version. So they get you wet, it splashes you. I love this ride. I'm disappointed there's no more priority passes because that's usually how I ride. So we did not ride. The wait was like 25 minutes and I just didn't feel like doing it. So we made our way over to Indiana Jones, which is another ride I feel like I never get on when I go. You can get a priority pass for this ride. And this ride, the priority passes go first for this ride. That's a free pass. They do have a single rider line, which I don't know if I just never realized it or never thought about it. But usually I'm with my mom. And so I usually try to get like 2 passes with the priority pass. But this time with our unlimited rides pass, we could do this without waiting in line. And this has one of the longest queues. At least most of it is inside, but this queue is insane. It goes on forever. I don't know how some of these queues are so long. You think you're at the end and you're not, but it's a really cool queue. I really enjoy the queue. So we rode Indiana Jones. I actually rode a couple times. She was done after once, but it's one of the few rides that I feel like I haven't done a million times. So I wanted to do it several times. So I enjoyed that. Then we decided to head over to the Arabian Coast. We stopped and got an iced oolong tea, another free drink. And I have never done the Magic Lamp Theater. So we just decided we have to do everything in this park. I have to be able to tell people what's good, what's bad, what to do. So let's do it. We got in line and I actually was surprised. I really loved it. It was great. It's all in Japanese, so that may be something you don't have any interest in. I don't understand any of what's happening, but I just laugh when everyone else laughs. So, if you go see it, laugh when everyone else laughs. As soon as we came outside, we saw characters. There was a Boo, and then I saw Daisy in a really nice dress, like a really unique dress to the area. So I really wanted to go over and see her, but she was being mobbed. And when her time was done, she ran. And I'd have run too. I'll hold them off, Daisy. Go, run, run. Oh, it was something else. Usually I don't see that kind of craziness with characters. I meet a lot of characters. This was the first time I was ever a little concerned. Our next stop was to get some free popcorn. The curry popcorn is the best. You gotta have it. And so there was no line. We got up there, got our free popcorn. And this time I was not bagging it. I was just eating it and enjoying it. They have a special Duffy 20th anniversary popcorn bucket. It's a bubble. It just didn't appeal to me. So I did not get that. But I do love the popcorn. And then after I got the popcorn, I had to walk over to Mermaid Lagoon because I needed a Fanta melon. This is free with the vacation package. If you're not buying food, you can walk up to the mobile order counter with your ticket and they'll just give you your drinks. So I just walked up, showed them my ticket, told them I wanted a melon Fanta. They just grabbed it, handed it to me, and I was on my way. But the real reason I came to Mermaid Lagoon, other than to buy the shirt, is because this is one of the Capsule Toy locations. There are 3 at Disneyland and 2 at DisneySea. And finally, after all that, I found the toy I was looking for. I was on a mission to find the attraction bracelets, and I finally found them. I was so happy. They have attraction bracelets. These are little bands, and the characters move on them. They're in the little boat here. This is Chandu. This is Sinbad. Sinbad was the one I really wanted. But by the time I got Sinbad, I decided I needed the entire collection. There's Saurin, Splash Mountain, It's a Small World, and Sinbad. And I needed the Sinbad. I ended up getting the full collection, which I love that the cast member like cheered with me when I got the one I needed, like the final one. And then people in the store clapped. It was really cute. It's nice that people are excited for other people there. But if anyone needs, a capsule toy, I've got more than enough extras. I got the fever. I couldn't stop. I couldn't help myself. Got them everywhere. And now that I have my Sinbad bracelet, next stop was Sinbad, which is the best ride. My first trip to DisneySea, I didn't even get to half of the park. I don't think I even knew half the park existed. It's so big. And I missed this on my first visit, and I've been obsessed ever since I've ridden it. It's the best. Afterwards, we decided to make our way over to Fantasy Springs. We wanted to get a couple drinks before dinner and do some of the rides. We headed in and headed over to Lookout Cookout first. This is the Peter Pan Neverland restaurant, and I love the pixie dust soda. That's a cold drink. They added a hot version of it after I left last time in January. So I have been thinking about it ever since I saw it on the menu, and I finally got to try it. And I'm sure the cast members thought I was crazy ordering a hot drink in summer. But this is the hot pixie dust soda, and it is a kiwi banana flavor. And you get this star that you get to put in the drink, and it kind of turns the drink glittery and then becomes 2 stars. And then there's some banana chips you can add to it. It was amazing. I loved it. Even though it was super hot outside, I love this drink. Hot or cold, you can't go wrong with pixie dust soda. My other favorite drink is the Rapunzel's Magical Milk Tea over at the Snuggly Duckling. And even though I wanted to go get one because it was free, I didn't want to ruin my dinner, so I did not. I just stopped after the hot pixie dust soda. And now it was time to ride Frozen, which I think had a 140-minute wait. The line for the standby line was through the land, and it wraps around, and it's so long. I don't even have time to show you how long the line was. But I didn't have to wait in it because I had my pass. So we just got on the ride and we rode. It was great. I will say, you can get on the rides and get off the rides in very short amount of time. So if you're booking passes, like for the attractions in Fantasy Springs, don't put the times that far apart. You can get all of them knocked out. If you put those times far apart, you will be waiting in between rides. They won't let you on early. They're more likely to let you on late. But I didn't say that. But they will not let you on early. So I had kind of booked my 3 rides basically 30 minutes apart, and we were able to get on them. So after we got off Frozen, we went and did Rapunzel. And when I booked my passes, I did 2 Frozen and 1 Rapunzel. Peter Pan, we've done it, plenty of times. It wasn't as much of a priority. We love Frozen. We would rather do Frozen twice. So we booked Frozen twice. So we did Frozen, went over and did Rapunzel, and then we went back and did Frozen again. Best ride in the park. Amazing. I love it. Now it was time for our dinner at the Fantasy Springs Hotel. This restaurant is so good. It's a buffet, and I have been dreaming about it since we ate there in January. And it is just as good as I remember. The buffet is pretty much the same as it was in January. I filmed it, so I have a video here on the channel if you want to see what was available. But I will warn you that if you are going to the restaurant, you're not going to be able to walk into the hotel at all. They are very strict on that. When you enter to the restaurant, there is a separate entrance into the restaurant from the park, and they will ask you what hotel you're staying at, because they are not going to let you in Fantasy Springs Hotel. They scan your ticket and everything. There's a bathroom in the restaurant, so you can't even go in the lobby to use a bathroom. Trust me, I thought about it. But the restaurant is amazing. It is a must. And I love this beef with, I think it's a craft beer sauce. It's so good. And the curry is amazing there. I love this buffet. After we were done eating, it was time to leave. And we were crashing hard. I had been up since 3:30 with, you know, what, 4 hours of sleep after going the entire day before and traveling to Japan. We were crashing. And the worst part is there's a monorail right outside the Fantasy Springs Hotel, but you can't go out there if you're not staying there. And we knew this. We know. We're well aware. But when you're that tired and you're like, I know there's a monorail right there, and I have to walk like 2 miles through the park to get to a monorail now because I can't walk that way. I'm telling you, DisneySea is so big. Somebody tell me how much walking it is because I don't keep track. But it's uphill, downhill, rugged terrain. I mean, it is intense. So when you're that tired, we crawled out of there and we kept looking. Like, I kept saying, like, you sure you don't want to do another ride? You want to do Journey to the Center of the Earth? You know, with unlimited rides, you feel bad not doing the rides, but we're like, nope, nope, no, we just want to go. I'm like, you want to get a drink? No, just we want to leave. So we made our way through the crowds. The Believe Sea of Dreams was getting ready to start. So everyone was kind of sitting and waiting for that. So we made our way through. I saw there was somebody in my hotel room. The light was on. But we made it to the monorail. And we were only going one way on the monorail. So we only needed the little cheap tickets. If you buy a multi-trip ticket, you get the fun designs. If it's just a one-way, you don't get the fun design. But here's a picture of the design I would have picked if I would have been, you know, getting a multi-trip ticket. So we made our way onto the Duffy monorail and got off at Expiari and then walked over to the Ambassador Hotel. That's where we're staying tonight. We are staying in a Lilo and Stitch themed room. And this is my first time staying at Ambassador. Now I've stayed at every Disney hotel except for Celebration because it's like 30 minutes away and I'm not doing that. But I've stayed at all of the Disney hotels that are right there close by. And I really like the Ambassador, but we're going to cover that more. I'm going to have a day 3 vlog, which is not a vacation package day. This was the last of my package. This was the last of the unlimited rides, the last of the unlimited drinks, the last of the unlimited popcorn. Tomorrow, I'm just a regular person that's going to be going to Happy Entry and getting passes on the app. So you can see the difference between the vacation package days and the regular days. So I'll have the video of day 3 tomorrow. So there will be lots more vlogs. There will be guides. There will be all sorts of good info for you guys. If you find the video helpful, please like and subscribe. Check out my Tokyo Disney playlist. And please like the video. I work really hard on these. I spend a lot of time on my trips getting content to help you guys. So if you could just like the video, I would appreciate it. Just show a little support. Drop me a comment too if you find it useful. Stay tuned for day 3. I will see you next time. Bye.